Hello fellow YouTubers, I'm Matt Stryker and this is ReeYees Retro Toys. On today's episode, I'm going to show you guys what I picked up over the Thanksgiving weekend, including after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and then Small Business Saturday. I hit up 3 of my local shops that I like to go to, including Deeney Collectibles in Sharpsburg, Pennsylvania, Dave and Bryan's Collector's Den, which is in the Pittsburgh Mills Mall, and then finally, I hit up Time Traveler Toys, which is in Winchester, Virginia. All these places were having excellent sales for the holiday weekend, so I couldn't help but go down there and check out what awesome vintage toys I could come back with. So without further ado, let's get to the toys. So the first batch of toys I wanted to talk to you guys about comes from Deeney Collectibles in Sharpsburg, Pennsylvania. Now Deeney were having a 20% off sale Thanksgiving night from 8 p.m. to midnight. So that was my first stop in my holiday vintage toy shopping spree. I ended up meeting my buddy Chad down there and I talked with the guys from the shop, and the shop was crazy busy. And the one piece I really had my eye on at Deeney was this sealed in box Starrier's Cosmeter. Now you guys know I've been on a huge Starrier's kick lately. I've been picking up all these pieces as I find them, and I just had to pick this piece up from D&E. Of course, this is sealed, so I am not taking it out of the box, but this is Cosmeter, and he is a destructor, and he functions as a demolisher. He comes with his sidekick here, which is Cricket, and he's actually a remote controlled vehicle that spits out these orange discs from his mouth. Actually, if you guys have seen Stranger Things Season 3, the scene where Dustin comes home and he's concerned about his friends not liking him, and then Elle operates all of his toys, well, you can actually see Cosmeter in that scene, and he's spitting out those discs. So I thought that was kind of cool. There's the happy kid playing with Cosmeter on the side of the box, and then the rest of the toy line there as well, including the battle station and the wasters and rammers and thrashers, all those little dudes. So anyway, I thought this was a great find, and the box is in excellent shape. Colors pop, only just a tiny little bit of corner wear, but other than that, incredible condition. Then I also picked up this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutations vehicle, which is called the Muta Bike, and it transforms from a dirt bike into a Gonzo glider. And this, like the Cosmeter, is also sealed, so I will not be removing this from the package.
A time Shredder was looking for trouble. Oh, he's found a big turtle.
That's no ordinary turtle. He's mutating into the missile-carrying, machine-gunning Mutacarrier.
Oh, Shredder doesn't like that. Uh-oh, now he's after Mike on his dirt bike.
Don't worry, the dirt bike is really a mutabike that mutates into a glider.
Instead of Shredder finding trouble, trouble found Shredder. Oh, they hurt Shredder's feelings.
It's in pretty good shape. It's got some sticker wear here where somebody took off the sticker. The colors are really nice and vibrant, as always on these Playmates boxes and card backs. And this vehicle goes along with the figures, which were the mutations that came in the boxes as well. There's a close-up there of the dirt bike, and there's that Gonzo glider that you can hook the Ninja Turtle up to. So this was one vehicle I did not have in my Ninja Turtle collection, loose or in box. So, taking advantage of that sale, I picked this bad boy up. And then I picked up this awesome Thunderhammer vehicle from the Air Raiders line from Hasbro. Now, the box is a little rough on this one. It has a lot of this threaded tape here, like packing tape on the box. But it is open on this end, but all of the contents are unused. As you can see there, inside the box has sealed contents here, and then it has the instructions here on how to put the vehicle together. And then there's the back of the box as well, featuring all of that awesome artwork that they had on all of our toys back then, which made us go, Mommy, Daddy, get me this toy. Even though Air Raiders didn't even have a cartoon, we were drawn to this stuff as kids. And as adults, we continue to be drawn to it. And that's okay. Because everybody has something that makes them happy, and vintage toys is definitely one for me. And for everybody watching, I am sure. So, taking advantage of that sale that Deeney was running, I picked up the Thunder Hammer from Air Raiders. And then I picked up 2 loose figures for the collection. I've been looking for a loose Psycho from the Toxic Crusaders for a while. I have this figure mint on card, so complete, all of his accessories. But I did not have him loose. He's actually the one Toxic Crusader that I did not have loose in my collection. I know he's not complete, but I got him out of Deeney's bargain bin for a whopping $4. So I figured I couldn't go wrong there. And I had Psycho as a kid, and I actually still have some of his accessories and weapons from childhood. I just don't have the figure. So I'll piece together what I can of Psycho here and make him as complete as I can make him. Such an awesome toy line by Playmates Toys. And then I picked up Squeeze from Masters of the Universe. Of course, this is the vintage line, not Origins or Classics or the 2000 series.
Can He-Man survive the doors of doom?
No problem.
The problem is he might be drained by Mosquito, tangled by Squeeze, blown away by Blast Attack, frightened by Snake Face, or buzzed by Buzzsaw Hordak.
5 against 1, man. Like I said, no problem.
Mosquito, Blast Attack, Squeeze, Buzzsaw Hordak, and Snake Face figures sold separately, new from the Masters of the Universe.
I did not have this one in my collection, and he's kind of a reasonable one to pick up at this point. Prices have kind of skyrocketed in the last couple years, as everybody knows, on vintage toys, especially Masters of the Universe. But I got him for a pretty good deal. I think I probably paid maybe $35 for him, something like that. And he's 100% complete with his snake accessory as well. And then I picked up Billboard Blast here from the racing series of m.a.s.k. in 1987. I just did not have this one. I never bothered picking it up because it wasn't a vehicle, but it was definitely reasonably priced, and I thought I should go ahead and pick it up. And here's the transformation. You pop this open here, we flip it around, and then inside you see the Dusty Hayes figure with his mask on the turret gun, and then 2 missiles here. And you can actually take these missiles out like so and pop them into that. Hear that click. And then on this lever here, right here, it'll launch the missiles. Oh, hope I can find that. So that is Billboard Blast and Dusty Hayes. And I figured while I picked up Billboard Blast, I'd go ahead and pick up the Collector as well. A very mediocre, low-key m.a.s.k. piece in the collection. This is also from the racing series. It's not a vehicle, not a lot of frills and thrills here on this one. It's basically a tool booth. It has here, this comes out, has a gun there. This can move around like this, up and down, like so. And then it looks, like I said, like a toll booth. And what you would do is just pop the roof up. This flips down like that. Kind of a Boulder Hill type barricade there. And then the walls come down like so. And has a couple missiles here and a gun, and then another gun here on the roof, which you can spin around here on the other side. And then inside, you can see that sticker. And it comes with Alex. Take his mask off there. There he is. Good looking chap. And that is the collector. Again, not a very exciting mask piece, but it's pretty cheap to get, and I needed it for the collection. The next store I went to was Dave & Bryan's Collector's Den. Now this was actually on Black Friday, and on Black Friday they were having a 20% off sale their entire store. Now they typically don't have the vintage toy inventory as D&E or Time Traveler, but I figured I'd go in there anyway just to see if I could find anything. And wouldn't you know it, I did. I found 2 Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. And talk about a strange idea for a cartoon series for kids, let alone producing toys for this. Kind of goes in line with making the Toxic Crusaders out of the Toxic Avenger movie. But you know what? Us kids back in the late 80s and early 90s, we were all about the weird and the wonderful. So I guess it does kind of make sense.
And now it's time to sing along with the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Tomatoes! Don't miss a minute Saturday morning on Fox.
So I found these 2 at Dave & Bryan's. I didn't have any Attack of the Killer Tomato toys in my collection, so I think I got these for about 20 bucks each. That included the 20% discount. So I know these aren't very common. The pieces that I have are the common ones, but you just don't see them too often. And so this one here is Tamacho. Pretty cool, vicious looking tomato. And he came with the Chad figure from the cartoon. Has a baseball bat there, getting ready to smash those tomatoes. And then this one here is called Kachuk. It's spelled like ketchup, but Chuck at the end instead. And he's pretty gruesome as well. You can kind of squeeze his jaws there together to open them up. And when I bought him, he actually came with Wilbur Finletter. He's also in the cartoon. But from my research online, Kachuk actually came with the Mad Scientist. So I don't know if things just got crossed or the scientist got lost and he just threw Wilbur in there. But I mean, I'm happy the figures are there to begin with, because a lot of the times those are gone and you only actually have the tomatoes. So I was happy to add these to the collection, to the weird and wonderful, wacky toys of the early 90s. And the last place I hit up on my vintage toy shopping spree was Time Traveler Toys in Winchester, Virginia. Now I hit this place up on Saturday, which is Small Business Saturday after Thanksgiving. And they were having an incredible sale as well. They had 30% off their entire inventory. So I thought that was an incredible deal. And I had my eye on this piece for a while in their store, and I decided to jump on it and take advantage of that 30% off sale. I picked up this 100% complete, sealed, in-box Shadow Raider from the awesome Starcom line. And just look at how beautiful this box art is and the condition of the box. I couldn't believe it. I mean, this is basically case fresh. There's a tiny little ding right here on the top. You can see the Zehrs price tag of $19.99 on that. I love seeing those old price stickers.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Just when you thought Earth was safe,
Shadow Force is back with Shadow Raider, their new mechanized menace. All-terrain tread, hidden cargo driver, and a weapon system that'll blast anything out of its path. Almost anything. Starcom's Harv 7 can stop it. Half battle tank, half transport. Harv 7 can pick it up and move it out. The Shadow Raider and Starcom Harv 7 don't even need batteries. Figures and vehicles each sold separately.
From what Charles told me at the shop, this came from an older lady's basement, I believe, or closet. And she bought these for her kids back in the 80s and forgot about them. So they were short a couple gifts on Christmas, I guess, because they didn't get this Shadow Raider. And I'm glad they didn't now. Because now I have this mint cherry example of a Shadow Raider that you just don't see too often. And, you know, Charles gave me a great deal on this. This is my first boxed Starcom piece. So, sealed Shadow Raider. Then I also picked up this bridge layer vehicle from the vintage G.I. Joe line. Now, I typically do not collect G.I. Joe vehicles. I only had a couple as a kid, and I've already picked those up, including the Silver Mirage. But I've always been kind of fascinated with the bridge layer vehicle. I remember the commercials as a kid. I think Shipwreck was on the commercial as well. And I just thought it was always a cool toy. And with his 30% off sale, I figured now was the time to pick it up. And it's in really good condition. It has both guns here on either side that is often missing. The only thing it doesn't have is the toll booth figure that this vehicle came packaged with. Great toy line. And again, you know, it does what it does. You just pop that off like that, folds down like that, and you got yourself a makeshift bridge. And, you know, we typically didn't have all of those canyons and jungles and rivers and whatnot that you saw in those G.I. Joe commercials. But we could use our imagination as kids and, you know, pretend. Who knows, maybe this was even in a bathtub or something like that. But this is the bridge layer vehicle from G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero. And the last piece I picked up at Time Traveler is this Golden Girl figure, Wild One. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't think I'm going to start collecting all this stuff, but I just thought she was kind of neat looking. I love the tattoos and the Legion of Doom-esque or King Diamond-esque face paint that she has on. She's in pretty good condition. She's not complete. She doesn't have her cape or her accessories, but I got her for like $5. And this obscure Galoob knockoff from She-Ra, I figured, what the heck? Like I said, I don't think I'm going to go crazy on this line, but for $5, I wasn't going to leave her behind. So this is Wild One. So that's it, guys. That's what I picked up at Deeney Collectibles, Dave and Bryan's Collector's Den, and Time Traveler Toys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and hit that like button if you did, and subscribe to my channel at ReeYees Retro Toys for all of your toy hunting needs. Thanks for watching. Keep on hunting.
I'm walking down Polk Street.